All right, guys. I'm gonna try to make a quick video, just because I know some people are kind of struggling in trading all-time highs. I know it's been tricky. I haven't been doing my best either, so I kind of want to just like simplify a couple things that I've been kind of using in my strategy going day to day, and what that looks like. So first of all, I'm gonna turn on regular trading hours. Um, so one thing, if you're struggling, like as you can see here, we had this ginormous push up. Um, what I've been liking to do is trading the failed breakouts and breakdowns. Although, trying to trade your zone to zones as well as looking at maybe some order flows, some book maps, whatever, it's been good. There has been a lot of iceberg orders. There's been a lot of orders spoofed. Hasn't been the most ideal um, issue for if you're an order flow trader. So I kind of want to go over like what I'm looking for. So if I mark out, if I want to come here and I just want to mark out like each session, so 8:30 all the way to 3. So what I like to do is we've made a big move. We've got a lot of gaps. I'm not saying these gaps are going to get filled. I'm kind of looking at it, not potentially. What this kind of reminds me of is trying to look at. It reminds me of price action from some time, but I'll find that later. So, okay, we've already got our sessions here. Mark over. Okay, so these are the past couple New York sessions. Yeah, here we go. So what I want to do is I just want to mark out my highs and lows. So, and you can mark them with the session. So my chart's going to look really, really crazy here in a minute. And this is kind of the same thing going into like if you like to mark Globex highs and lows and so forth. It all kind of depends. Actually, I think this wick is a little bit higher. Let's see what else we got. It's low there. Okay. So just to start it off, I'm gonna drop it into a 5-minute time frame. Okay, so I've got kind of the relative highs and lows, and I know this is gonna look absolutely ugly. But like going in today, for example, all right, we had CPI today. We get the big sell off, then big fuck you candle, and whatnot, and then we start pushing up into this 36 area. So if we look back, this was Tuesday's highs. These were New York highs, and I want to say Globex highs as well. Yeah. Okay, so Globex pretty much stayed in the zone. Yeah. So as we're pushing in, I'm going to just look at regular trading hours. And this is going to be kind of like keeping it simple, stupid. Going into today, we're pushing towards these highs on Tuesday. All right. We're starting to slow down. NQ looked really good. As you go to 15-minute, we have a strong uptrend. We start to kind of pull back. Buyers are, in my opinion, looked exhausted. I actually took this trade today. I think I shorted 32 home. I've got the picture somewhere. Yeah, so I think my average was actually like 30. Wasn't a great trade, in my opinion. I was a little bit late to the party. But I told myself I wasn't going to trade today, but I ended up seeing that. So, if you want to go mark out, like FBO, failed breakout. So, going in from Monday to Tuesday, it looked like we were going to break out and price was going to kind of push into these all-time highs. Here's my little thing. So as you can see here, we get this nice little wick. Thought we were going to go up. We ended up selling all the way down. So to me, this is a failed breakout, and I'm going to mark it right here. Okay, failed breakout, or we were going to go push higher, probably push into this 45 area and so forth. That's fine. But as we're going into today, and this is why I tell people to be very cautious of the setups. Trading zone to zone is great, but also just having like relative levels that okay, Tuesday we couldn't break over this 36 high. As we're approaching it again, if I could try to stab a short near this failed breakout, it might work. It might work all the way down to Tuesday's lows. That's pretty much what I traded. And for me, my risk was if we get a 5 or 15 minute close over 36. Now, today was a little bit different. There was a really big seller at 34 that ended up stepping in, pushing us all the way down to I thought we were going to go 6,000, but we didn't. But yeah, taking a trade near a failed breakout is, especially with all-time highs, is a good setup. Especially when, when I'm looking at like 5-minute price action and I'm looking at like 3-minute price action, this doesn't look too incredible. Like, I don't really think a lot of people long down here by 91. Personally, I think they would have waited to 87. If they did, would have been great. I want to see what those overnight look like. Okay, so overnight 93. And you can also mark out Globex lows. So here's our Globex session, 3 all the way to 7:30. The only reason why I would have, if someone were to long down here near 91, is looking at these Globex lows down here. I guess I could just mark that out. But realistically, that's a really hard trade in my opinion, because we came down really hard, then buyers stepped up really aggressively. But taking a short near this failed breakout from previous days highs, it's a really good trade. And if let's say you would have shorted 32, I think that's like a decent, just look at price action. We've got a little bit of resistance here, kind of towards this 30. Even if we go to our hour, I want to say I have a zone up here on my execution chart. Yeah, so I had a small zone between 26 and 30. I'm probably going to get rid of this 26, and I'm probably going to make it 30 to 36. But the relative risk to reward on that was pretty good. If you're risking 4 or 5 points to make potentially 20, 25, if you held some runners all the way down here to 09 or 10 and so forth, really good trade. And then, if we want to go back to right here, this was kind of what to me looked like a failed breakdown, right here, 87, which you could have longed, considering we didn't break this low, right here. And I want to see that put in a nasty hourly wick. Yeah, so you can see here, pretty good hourly wick. I would definitely, draw some type of zone here. This is where buyers been stepping up. Same thing between 91 and 93. So you can see really big wick, really big wick. You've seen buyers defend really, really well. So considering we didn't break this low of, what day is this? Of last Thursday, this would have been a really good long. Just to test the waters, I did long that as well. I want to say I longed it on 87. Hold up. Gotta scroll through Discord. But yeah, that was basically a failed breakdown where we didn't break that low. Now, if we would have broke that low and had a couple like a 15, a 5, whatever you're comfortable with, hold below that low, then I would assume, okay, we're going to start to kind of work down and fill this gap we had. But considering we didn't, and going into the 5-minute, we get a strong 5-minute push, and we get that V-shaped recovery. Where is it? That we've had multiple times. Yeah, I'll show it right here. So I ended up longing like 93, and then I got in my full size at it's like 89, 90. I think 90 was my last average. Just kind of holding that, having my risk be, okay, if we break 85, I've got a bit bigger risk, but where I was kind of targeting, I was targeting this low from this last New York session at 13, and I held some runners to 20 as well because that was POC. But yeah, so 2 really good trades that I took the past couple days, just playing the failed breakdowns and failed breakouts. So it's something that you could definitely include in your strategy if you want. Yes, I have more confirmation, I have book maps, I have my levels, I have my zones, etc. But just marking out those failed breakdowns and failed breakouts, I think is super crucial. So like if price were to come back up and say we work up here to this 40 to 45 area, if we don't break these all-time highs, I will probably short against it with a couple point stop, and I'll probably target 13, or maybe I'll target 27, or even if I target 36, that's fine. But to be able to adapt and kind of see those things in a chart is super crucial as a trader, because this is not really fun market conditions. I guarantee you, so many people during this move yesterday on Tuesday were buying so many puts. It's the end of the world. We're coming down, and then they got fucked. And then they're like, oh, maybe I'm kind of up today, and then they got fucked again. So again, that's what I'm saying. Just be careful. Look at these spots. It is pretty crucial. So like going into tomorrow, I want to look at our hourly chart. We kind of got this like really, really tight zone. Again, your best shorts are going to be up here 36 to 48. Your best longs are going to be 93 to 84. Essentially, once we break 84, I'm going to assume that this gap's going to get filled pretty quickly. And we can even look at some of our volume profiles as well. As you can see, actually I want to back this up a little bit more, just get a bigger picture. As you can see, we're right now in this kind of balance area. Once we break under this 84, look, there's no volume all the way up until 911, 910. So I would like to see not necessarily a free fall, but a pretty good drop. This is still the value area high. We do have a small little LVN here as well. But again, we're still in an uptrend. There's no reason to fight this, but also just kind of be careful at what you're looking for. But the less trades, the better. It's really hard to sit in front of a computer all day and not want to take stupid trades or not want to scalp or whatever. But I mean, both of these trades from Tuesday and Wednesday gave you an easy 20 points, to where if you're risking 10 micros on ES, that's $1,000 easily. You want to leave some runners, it's a little bit more. So two just really, really good examples of how to use failed breakouts, Globex lows, and failed breakdowns to kind of put it into your trading style. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you'll kind of learn a couple things, and hopefully it'll help you keep trading these all-time highs.